108 phase _2 revealing your own face as the sharp Vajra of Vipassana. Phase 2, revealing your own face as the sharp Vajra of Vipassana. B. Taking the essential nature as the path. This section has two parts: I, the path pristine awareness, free of conceptual elaboration, and E, the ground pristine awareness, the great freedom from extremes. I, the path pristine awareness, free of conceptual elaboration. This section has two parts: A, the teaching, and B, the explanation. At the teaching. With the manifestation of the sharp Vajra of wisdom. For all sentient beings, without any distinctions of the being good or bad, primordially present, supreme wisdom is the sharp Vajra, which is indivisible from emptiness. In the past it was obscured by ignorance, but in this phase, by the power of sublime pith instructions, it manifests and is seen, as if waking up from sleep. B. The elaborate explanation. This section has four parts: 1. The 6 distinctions of pristine awareness, separate from the mind; 2. The essential nature of resting in the innate nature; 3. How to perfect the qualities of the path and fruition; and 4. The greatness of individuals who realize this. 1. The 6 distinctions of pristine awareness, separate from the mind. Pristine awareness transcends the ethically neutral ground. The pristine awareness that knows and identifies with great, pervasive wisdom the ethically neutral state, the ground of confusion for sentient beings, which becomes neither good nor bad, from the first instant has the distinction of transcending the ethically neutral ground. This distinction is explicitly presented, while the other 5 distinctions are implied, as follows. At that time, appearances unimpededly arise in the domain of pristine awareness, and without reification or dualistic grasping, pristine awareness is imbued with the power of wisdom that realizes identitylessness. This is the distinction of transcending dualistic grasping. In the very instant that the eye of wisdom and primordial consciousness opens, there is the distinction of pristine awareness being separate from the mind. It holds within itself the radiance of both kinds of primordial consciousness that master the essential nature and the natural radiance of that innate nature, so it has the distinction of natural liberation within itself. Without entering into the intellect or analysis, pristine awareness holds its own ground within itself, so it has the distinction of not relying upon objects or contributing conditions. Awareness that is free of such beliefs has mastery over great, natural liberation, so it has the distinction of abiding in its own ground and of Buddhahood. Thus it is explained. In general, these are said to be characteristics of the path pristine awareness, but they are mere facsimiles. The actual characteristics are present only in the experience of the ground pristine awareness with its great liberation from extremes, as stated in the Teachings on Severance, 71. Meditating on outer manifestations of appearing objects over there in their own place. On the inner I, or self, over here in its own place. And on a mere vacuity in between. Is how water turns into ice. Note that few achieve liberation in that way. 2. The essential nature of resting in the innate nature. Being nothing whatsoever, the essential nature transcends all expressions of speech and thought. In natural openness with no modification, negation, or affirmation by meditation. It is spontaneously actualized as the sharp Vajra of wisdom. The essential nature of unimpeded pristine awareness does not fall to either extreme of existence or non-existence, so it is nothing whatsoever. Since all movement of words and thoughts ceases, it transcends all expressions of speech and thought. Abiding in natural openness, self-illuminating, free of any reified object, and with no modification, negation, or affirmation by any view or meditation, is the sharp Vajra of wisdom, the experience of the spontaneously actualized essential nature. At this time, due to the unimpeded creative power of pristine awareness, all appearances manifest, and the thoughts of a sentient being, for instance, disperse one by one as they dissolve, non-dual with their objects, such that not even a single one remains. They are not the thoughts of a sentient being, either. Mentation shifts to wisdom, the creative expressions of the mind shift to primordial consciousness, and stability is achieved in this, which is like water clear of sediment. So this is very important to know. If you do not identify this path, and on this basis realize the Dharmakaya, primordial consciousness that is present in the ground of being, you can't avoid being propelled into the form and formless realms, and you won't achieve omniscient enlightenment. Therefore, when you identify this, if you practice single-pointedly without falling back into an ethically neutral state, finally the creative power of discerning primordial consciousness will blaze forth, and you will authentically experience ultimate reality, the nature of existence of suckness. In this way you will become enlightened as Samantabhadra, the original, primordial ground Dharmakaya. 3. How to perfect the qualities of the path and fruition. All the qualities of the view, meditation, and conduct, as well as the ground, path, and fruition. Together with taking refuge, bodhisattva, the 6 perfections, and the mandalas of deities and mantras, are collectively perfected in the sharp Vajra. If you truly realize the nature of existence and gradually engage in meditative equipoise and post-meditative practice, great waves of accumulations of merit and knowledge will be simultaneously perfected in the following ways: with a view that has no viewpoint, meditation that has no mode of apprehension, and supreme conduct that is without modification. The view, meditation, and conduct are perfected. The ground of great primordial liberation, the path of great natural rest, and the fruition of great natural liberation are merely nominal divisions, for they are of one essential nature. So all the qualities of the ground, path, and fruition are perfected. The originally pure essential nature of the Dharmakaya, the spontaneously actualized manifest nature of the Sambhogakaya, and the all-pervasive compassion of the Nirmanakaya are the perfection of the 3 kayas. Self-emergent pristine awareness is the essential nature of the 3 jewels, so this is truly taking refuge in the nature of existence. Since it liberates into the equality of samsara and nirvana, it perfects ultimate bodhisattva. Non-grasping is generosity, non-confusion is ethical discipline, non-changing is patience, non-striving is enthusiasm, non-meditation is meditation, and non-erring is wisdom. So the 6 perfections are simultaneously perfected. Take the Dharmakaya Samantabhadra as your guru, unify all the myriad peaceful and wrathful jhanas and devote yourself to their essence as your personal deity, and non-dually synthesize the dakhanas of the absolute space of primordial consciousness in the space of Samantabhadri, which is absolute space itself, and enter her womb. So the mandalas of deities and mantras, which are all the mandalas without exception, are collectively perfected in the sharp Vajra, in the essential nature of pristine awareness devoid of activity. Therefore, this is of profound significance and is very potent. 4. The greatness of individuals who realize this. Sentient beings under the domination of the maras of ignorance and mental afflictions are distinguished from the very instant they experience the perfect enlightenment of omniscience. And they become fields of merit for sentient beings, including gods. This is how pathetic sentient beings under the domination of the maras of karma and mental afflictions in the dark gloom of ignorance in the terrifying prison of samsara are distinguished and ennobled, such that their min-streams are no longer as they were before, from the very instant that they encounter their own face as the pristine awareness of the nature of existence. From that time forward, they experience only the perfect enlightenment of omniscience without ever reverting to inferior or false paths. In the meantime, they become sublime fields for sentient beings, including gods, to accumulate merit. This concludes the second phase of the sharp Vajra.